thinking in the flight coming here, if I have to explain to you and share with you why I choose to join Nokia, coming from, I mean, my last company before Nokia was Coca-Cola, so totally a different word, a completely different word. The three words that came to my mind is passion, because this is a business and the technology, the IT business is an industry where you really make, where product make the difference. Innovation lead the market performance, and it's really passion. It brings me a lot of passion to know that somewhere in this industry, someone is inventing something that will probably change my life in the future, and for sure will change my daughter's life. So it's passion, definitely. It's energy, because it's a very highly competitive business, and so it requires a lot of energy, passion, and it also requires a lot of innovation capacity to bring you and your team always in the fight of the competition in order to make the difference and get to the best position in the market. And is, as I was saying, balance, because it's a business and it's an industry where obviously technology is at the state of the art. And being at the state of the art means that you can really work from everywhere with your tablet, with your smartphone, with your connectivity, and these allow me to keep this very important thing that is the balance. I'm lucky because I'm working in an industry, in a company, which is balanced also in the way that 50% of the people working are men and 50% are women. Quite peculiar, it's not everywhere, definitely. And this is a trend, anyhow, that is coming also looking at the data and the research that we always look related to how the women are entering into the world of the technology. So if, just to share with you a few data, the percentage of students enrolled into the engineering university are significantly growing in Italy, and if into the year 2000 they were 17%, today we are talking about roughly 25% of the students in the engineering university being women and girls. This is very positive, and the positive thing is also that when you get out of the university, finish the university, the level of employment is really high. So roughly 72% of the women that get an engineer degree get a job within 1 year, compared to 78% of the men, so very similar. And in the same time, if we look at the percentage of engineer or students that get out of university that are maths, engineer, or science, after 3 years they are nearly all employed with a rate of employment of 97%. So the opportunity is very big. The industry is really an attractive industry, and I hope that after the panel with we will go through and we will explain to you, or at least allow you to ask questions on how do we live as women being in this industry. And the numbers also are promising, as in Italy it looks like a lot of more women are entering the university and are approaching the IT business. To discuss this with you today, we have a wonderful panel of professionals, starting from Alessandra Cantù, Corporate Social Responsibility, Responsible Sustainability Reporting, Monitoring and Relationship, Telecom Italia. Good morning, Alessandra. Silvia Invernici, Education Business Development Manager at Intel Italia.
Good morning, ciao.
Manuela Lavezzari, Marketing Manager, Asus Italia.
Welcome to Rome.
And Vicky Leek, the Director, Culture, Engagement, Diversity and Inclusion at Avanade.
Hi.
Great, so to start this discussion, I would like to ask, starting from this side, Alessandra, if you can briefly tell us what has been your experience and your career moving into this technological world from the beginning.
Ok, ciao ragazze, benvenute. Just a brief introduction. I start my career by obtaining a financial degree from Bocconi University in '93. And I spent the most part of my professional life in financial markets. I worked for Philips, Banca Intesa, and several brokers, and in '99 I joined Goldman Sachs Research Department in London, where I worked for 7 years. I had the opportunity to move from the research department to the sales floor, and I spent some years on the telecom sector. In 2006, I moved to Telecom Italia in Milano in the investment and in investor relations department. And just 2 months ago, I moved to the corporate social responsibility department. My team and I are in charge for the sustainability annual report, for the sustainability ratings, research, and questionnaires. And we are also involved in the stakeholder engagement. It's very important for me to leverage it was very important for me to leverage my analytical skills and move to the corporate sustainability, because it's a much more long-term view. Financial is very focused on the short term. The corporate sustainability is a long term, because a company is more focused on ethical, governance, and environmental aspects. I think that my analytical skills were very important when I decided to move. Every time I decided to move on and took different responsibility. In the last one, when I moved a couple of months ago, the goal-oriented, I have a mind which is very goal-oriented. I'm sure that I could move because HR department entrusts me in the new responsibility, because I'm very focused on targets. And my degree and my experience helped me to reach this level. I pass to Silvia.
Thank you, Alessandra.
Grazie. So, I joined Intel about 8 years ago, in 2006. And when I had my first job interview at Intel, I thought, I will never get this job. Intel is well known as a chip maker company, the company that's inside so many computers in the world, very close to the heart of ICT. And I didn't feel a real linkage between myself and that world. I had made my search on internet before going to the interview, discovering that about 80% of Intel employees were engineers, and I was not. Ouch. I graduated in economics, and I'm not a techie, and neither an ICT expert. But then, over the interview, I discovered something different. Along with the digital skills, they were looking for something different. They were looking for a distinct set skill, including soft skills, as the capability to build new relationship with new customers. I got the job. I start within the healthcare group, which basically means how to integrate ICT within the healthcare systems. And I had the opportunity to appreciate how technology can effectively impact on people's life, in that case on patients' life, enabling the shift from a reactive healthcare model to a proactive one. As an example, measuring vital parameters thanks to technology, and as a consequence, improving patients' life and also, let's say, minimizing the hospitalization. I began to feel passionate about ICT in this sense, about how ICT can improve people's life. And then I have the privilege now to act as business development manager in Italy for the education market, which means that I'm working with government and educators in order to understand how effectively integrate ICT within an omnicomprehensive education policy strategy with the main aim to improve students' skills. And of course, it's not just an ICT discussion. It's about talking new opportunities. It's about talking your future. And so, first lesson I learned, step back from stereotypes. There are so many different opportunities offered by the ICT companies.
Vicky.
Thank you. I'm Vicky Leach, and I'm from London in the UK. I knew what I wanted to do from a very early age, which was, I think I was very lucky. I had a sports career, so I was out being a sports person. And I knew I wanted to be part of a team and improve people's lives and better society, and I knew that very early on, and I knew that my sport gave me that. So I went off and I graduated in a sports degree, but I knew I had to do a business degree too. So moving into adulthood, what I didn't realize back then was that I could use my passion and what I wanted to do from an early age. I could use that and get a job in technology. And the role that I got was to lead in corporate social responsibility. And well, that was amazing. I was able to improve people's lives. And this was in the communities that we operated in. And I still was doing my passion. And when I looked at why was this such a big passion, it drew me back to my values. And one tip would be really understand what your values are, because if you can find a role that links back to your values, you will just be so happy and fulfilled in your job. I then moved into another role with another technology company who I'm with now called Avanade. And again, I love my job, and I lead on diversity and inclusion. So again, I'm promoting equality, I'm encouraging diverse workplace, and that's really important to me, because if you encourage a diverse workplace, you become very inclusive, and you're not just looking at white middle-aged men in the workplace. And that's again a real passion of mine, to include the diverse people out in society. I'll stop there because I'm very passionate, and I would carry on for another 10 minutes.
Thank you. Manuela?
Manuela from Asus. I got a degree in political science and with a specialization in economics, marketing in international markets. When just after the degree, I started to work in Deutsche Bank, but while I was in Deutsche Bank, I replied to an interview in a newspaper where they were looking, a company, a networking company, the infrastructure behind the computer was looking some people in marketing. When I did the job interview, I understood that this company was 90% made by email, covered by email, but I decided just to try and took the chance to try, and I took the risk. And it was a sort of jump, because I got on in ICT market. And then after that, I arrived in Asus. I'm already in Asus 10 years, and right now I'm in charge of 11 people. I have a team of 11 people. I'm in charge of all the communication, PR, social and institutional, and I'm promoting all the marketing activity in all sellout channels. My job has been a little changing in the recent years. I try to find a new way of communicating with end users and try to get in touch with them. So I had the privilege to not only to have a one-way communication, but also to have a relation with all the end user, and especially 1 year ago we opened a blog. We did a 2-year experiment advertising campaign addressing to female target. Female market is not a target for IT companies, but I understood that the social position of women or girls inside the society, Italian society, was changed. And so it was the time to try to find a new target for my company. And I did this experiment. Just 1 year ago, we opened a blog, Blog Girl, that is a sort of platform where female girls, women, can meet, can share opinion, experience, can get advice from professional people. It's not a window where we promote our product. Here the technology is, how to say, we explain the technology in a very user-friendly way, because we want to understand, make understand the people that the technology right now, today, is an opportunity for the girls especially. If you could catch the chance that the opportunity can offer you, maybe in the future you could have more chance in your working life.
Thank you, Manuela. And in this first round, I think we have tried to share with a lot of visible passion that IT business is not a boring business. It's not just for men and just for looking into a PC and making programs. It's a lot of opportunity and passion. And definitely also men and women are bringing this on a daily life. But my second question, I would like to a little bit deep dive with you. The fact that it's true that there are a lot of women working in the IT business. It's also true that the executive position today are mainly covered by men, for historical reason and for the nature of this business. So the second question for you is, how did you live your career into a mainly male organization, at least until a few years ago? And if the technology that is obviously naturally fully exploited in our companies helped you balancing your life, professional and private life. Vicky, you want to start?
Well, there's a lot in that question. It's funny, I'm lucky to do diversity and inclusion now, so a big part of my role is to put on support programs for women who are progressing through our organisation at Avanade. We do need to put support programs on. You know, it's clear, women have babies. Until men have babies, I don't think it's going to be as equal. So we do need to understand that women will return from maternity leave. We understand that women will have a career break whilst they're off. We understand when women progress through the organisation, they become a minority. So what is it like for a woman to be a senior female leader and be the only person sitting around the table? Will they get heard? Now, we need to coach these women to be heard, and we need to provide mentoring, and we need to be able to sponsor women for their next role. So as an organisation, and all organisations, and a lot of organisations do this very, very well, and I always have a motto: it's not about fixing the women, and it's more about fixing the organisation, to have the infrastructure to be an inclusive environment, not just for women, for all diverse groups, but in particular, it is so important that women do progress, and women are so hungry for promotion. Believe you me, I have been doing my role for a long time. They are hungry for promotion. They want the good salaries, and IT give you good salaries, by the way, ladies. And it's really important that we help. So again, a tip would be for you, just really look into the organisation that you want to work for, research it, and when you look at what infrastructure they have in place, in particular for women, go and ask for it, because they will not come to you and offer it. So look at the intranet, look at the company credentials, and ask for what you want.
So, traditionally, male IT organizations can make women feel like they're not bringing the right values. on the table. Essentially because softer skills are underestimated or minimized. In my personal experience, I have, let's say, a totally different perspective. And regardless of how uncomfortable you can feel being the only woman in the room, speak up, be vocal, and bring on the table your fresh, different perspectives in terms of capability to bring empathy, creativity, problem solving. It's only mixing the different skills that teams can be successful. So don't panic. I'm also speaking to myself. Believe me, I have experienced it so many times being the only woman in the room, and it's not that easy since you feel that you're speaking a different language. Be vocal.
Thank you. Grazie. I wish to share with you some figures about Telecom Italia, because especially for Italian girls, Telecom Italia is the telecom operator in Italy, no? But I want to let you know that something is changing in Telecom. Telecom, at the end of 2013, has more than 65,000 of people, 81% are based in Italy. Only 37% are women. If you look at the senior management, this percentage is 15. But if you look deeper in the company and you try to understand the percentage in the core business, which is fixed and mobile network, the percentage is just 11%. So we can say that is a male-dominated company. It's quite old. The good news is that last week the new board of directors was appointed, and the women are about 40%. So this means that something is really changing, and we are on the right way to balance women and men in very old, let me say, traditional, more than old, more traditional company, and it's a good sign.
I'd like to, not to conclude, but just to give you some data, some statistics that I read recently, and some Istat data, for example, Italian survey, said that girls are already digital. You have already in your hand, in your pocket, in your bag, a smartphone or tablet. So you are using already for hobby, interest, to be social. So just take the chance to transform your capability, your confidentiality that you have with this technology in a new chance, and because it could be an opportunity for your career. Other data from Confarc Artigianato 2011 said that Italy was at the second place in Europe in the ranking of new startup. More than 4,000 of new startups were open and managed by women. And another recent data from Bank Italia said that if the employment, female employment, will reach the goal of 60%, will increase our internal GDP of plus 7%. So I will say that you can do it. And I will say I could be a testimonial, because I have a family, I have a small baby, 4 years, and my profile on Twitter, I just wrote that I'm a woman, but a girl inside. Every day I'm a mother, and I'm a manager, and every day it's a challenge for me. I learn every day something new, and also I learn from negative experience, but it helps me to grow. And I wish that you will take the risk, will take the challenge that the life offers to you, and you'll succeed.
Thank you. So just to summarize, I think what we have tried to share with you is that IT business is a great business. There's a lot of innovation opportunities really impacting the way we and our children live and will live the future through the innovation. It's a male-dominated business that is changing into a balance because there are a lot of real good news, like Alessandra was sharing on Telecom Italia, but in all the company there is a very consistent trend acknowledging that it's not, and let me share you my personal experience, it's not because we need to protect the woman, it's not that. It's because we acknowledge that having a balance between men and women brings a lot of more ability to innovate, to be fast, to be efficient. It's the confrontation. And the thing I think you should probably take out of this session is now it's on you. It's you to think what I want to do when I grow old, when I grow big, when I start working into a company. What's your ambition? What's your level of passion? Believe in yourself. And as Vicky was saying, ask, put questions, and start your adventure. Now it's a matter for you to ask questions if you have any questions. So we're here to answer your question if you have any curiosity. Also in Italian. Sì. Che tipo di laurea bisogna avere per entrare nel mondo dell'IT? So the question is, we were talking about our career and we have all different degree. What is the recommended degree we should have or they should have to enter the IT industry?
Good question. I can't answer it directly, and my colleagues might be able to. The help I might be able to give you, if I look back on my the beginning of my qualifications, I knew I wanted to do sport, I knew I had to do business. It led me into technology. I've had about 3 to 4 careers. Majority of my time has been within technology companies, and what technology companies offer you is such a broad set of roles that is so exciting. You wouldn't imagine the type of roles that you could do to really enjoy your job. But I guess my message is I didn't do an IT degree, but it led me into that, and I'm convinced a lot of you will have a career that will go like this, and like me, I expected my career to go like this. Would anyone like any more specific?
If I may add, 2 suggestions. My suggestion, the first one is that you should study what you like, but if you have different options in your radar screen, try to choose a faculty that gives you technical and analytical skills. This is the first one. And the second one, try to do as soon as you can an international experience. I did it. I was not so young when I did it, but if you can, you should do it. First, because you can improve a different way of thinking, a different culture. And second, because you could become a better person. So this is the 2 things that I feel to tell you.
Actually, I think that regardless of your choice, given that in the future 90% of the works will require digital skills, it's absolutely relevant and important to build up digital competencies. My parents bought my first PC when I was attending my last year at university, and I had to be taught on how to use the mouse. At that time, I was preparing my thesis with a pen and paper. And actually, I immediately understand how technology was improving and facilitating my life. So the message is, regardless of your own choice, be prepared to bring with you your ICT skills. But also don't forget the softer skills that I've mentioned so many times today.
Do you think it would be better find a job in Italy or abroad?
Well, definitely, I can start and then I leave it to you who want to take this question. Today, in this business, but not just in this business, international career is definitely a booster for your career going forward. And it's also, I would say, a really important personal experience that open your mind into different culture, different way of working. So IT is by far probably one of the easiest industry that make a lot of rotation of the role and on the job. As Vicky was saying before, I would recommend you to be really open and catching the opportunity. Probably today you are thinking, I want to move from here to there. The reality will be that you will do like this, taking trains and changing the scenarios, being open-minded, and this is the best thing you can do, and catch the opportunity and move beyond with your life and your business.
Maybe I would say that is in Italy actually in this moment is really hard to find a job, but there are new jobs that 10, 15 years ago didn't exist. So you should look into the new job. I will just say web designer, creative director, IT manager. IT manager is male job, buyer, product manager. Really, there are companies that are looking for this new person, and there is no a real study that can prepare you for this new job. You can learn while you are in the company. What the company, all the companies are looking are soft skills. So problem solving, team working, to work in autonomy. You need to be open-minded. All these skills are required and will help you to grow whatever you choose as your job.
Two things for me. One, I think, ask yourself, do you want to live and work abroad? That is a really big decision. And I will share with you, I've never wanted to do that because of my structure at home. I love my family infrastructure, my friends, and my sport. It's kept me where I've been. The second thing is, I don't ever think I needed to go because I've been in global organizations where I've traveled, I've experienced more cultures than some of my friends who have gone and worked and lived abroad, because I'm working with so many different countries in my job. I could be talking to up to 10 different countries a day on Link. So again, coming back to IT skills and my experiences in connecting with my partners in the world of work, we're living in a digital world right now. So, you know, to experience the travel and to experience talking to up to 10 different people from 10 different countries, and what that brings you is the culture, and I love culture differences, which is really important for me to learn. So, big question for you, I think. Anything to add?
Quick message here. Don't cut off your options. I'm born in Rome, I live in Rome. The Intel Italian main office is in Milan, so I'm actually a remote employee. And thanks to a broadband connection, a laptop, webcam, and mobile phone, I can do my job in my city. Right now I'm experiencing a 3 months of relocation in UK. My manager is in Germany. Don't panic, but don't cut off your option. I think you're lucky. ICT can enable so many opportunities for you.